This was 5 days without power and we're still without power, and that's really shown to be our limit at the moment. It has really highlighted some issues to me with this property being self-sufficient. Just under 2 years ago now, I bought this slice of paradise, 5 acres in the remote Australian rainforest, with the dream of making it completely self-reliant and also reducing my impact on the environment around me. I get all of my water from 2 sources, the rain and gravity fed from the stream that runs through my property, and it's all stored in these big tanks. As well as harvesting from my fruit trees, I built this veggie patch and have started growing my own veggies, with mixed success so far. We have a whole pantry stocked to the brim with long life food in case this property gets cut off from civilization again. And our main heat source for the property comes from the wood stove I installed last year. I'm also building up quite a tidy collection of electric powered tools which have enabled me not only to renovate this old cabin, but also to build fun projects like a van deck with an outdoor shower, and also more recently a primo home gym for me and my housemates. I even have an electric lawnmower.
Continue working.
2 electric lawnmowers. And with the recent opportunity presenting itself, I'm now looking to mill my own timber. How the f am I gonna move this? And all of that is to say that I am still missing the biggest ticket in the self-reliance game, the ability to produce and store my own power. And even though I think increasing self-reliance is important for everyone in these crazy times, it is especially important out here where we're isolated, but on top of that, we have a very tenuous single-phase connection. We've had 6 extended power outages this year, including a week-long power outage as we battened down the hatches for cyclonic conditions a couple of months ago. And I have to admit, being out here in the forest, surrounded by greenies, I have shame for my naked roof. But all of that is about to change from tomorrow, because after releasing that cyclone video, something happened that I never could have expected, and that was I got reached out to by Anker, and they offered me one of their new flagship items, which is the Anker Solix X1. This thing is the future of home power independence. It is currently smashing all of its competitors out of the water, and not only that, it is completely scalable to your needs. And on top of that, Australia's highest rated solar company reached out and said they want to provide me with a rooftop full of solar. Honestly, I'm just pinching myself, and I could not be more grateful. They are going to be doing the install of both systems tomorrow. I'm going to show you through the process, show you how it all works, and really just froth out on the fact that it's happening. This self-reliance game is really stepping up a notch. It has been pretty rainy weather lately, so let's hope for some good weather. I'm not sure I'm going to be able to sleep tonight. Wahoo! It is raining. Not sure the best conditions for a solar install, but I've just put the sign out the front for the boys so they can find it. And I think this is it. Surfboards are gonna have to move. So the whole crew has arrived, and here is the Anker Solix X1 unit itself. And it is definitely a unit. It comes with 15 kilowatts of battery power across these 3. So this is the power module, which is the inverter of the system. This is what converts it from DC on the roof to our AC power in the home. And I mean, hey, this is a thing of beauty. And this is the 5 kilowatt battery. Ooh, how much does this weigh? I didn't need that gym I just finished. There we go. So the unit itself is fully enclosed here and stackable. So I'm gonna have 15 kilowatts, but you can get a system from 5 all the way up to 180 kilowatts, which is bloody crazy. It's a beautiful looking panel that you've got there, mate.
Yeah, thanks. This matte black frame comes up well in the all black cells. You made a great decision on the all blacks for sure.
Yeah, gonna go well with the roof.
Yeah.
How much power am I gonna have?
But each one of these is 440 watts. Not to get overly technical, you get 28 of them up on the roof. That's about 12 kilowatts of solar up there.
Yeah.
Yeah, you've got a 15 kilowatt battery going in as well, so you're gonna get heaps of power. I know you're technically on grid, but you're going to be very, very, very energy independent with this system, man.
That is all I want. And a really cool thing about all of this is Chris was actually the one that reached out to me from Resync, and he has been following kind of my YouTube journey for years, back when I had the channel with Lee as well. And man, it's full circle. I am so appreciative of these guys coming around, and all the stuff you guys are doing with Resync is unreal. I'm going to talk more about it later, but they're doing a lot with donating to charities and doing community projects. And you guys just got so many awards. I was looking on their website last night, and they're leading the solar game here in Australia, and I'm just stoked. Stoked to have the best gear by the best team getting installed.
Yeah, no, good to be here, Max. Thanks. We're going to look after your system, look after you, and look after the community as well.
So what we're doing right now is the electrician's at the meter box, and we're figuring out what circuits the fridge is on, the lights are on, and also I'm going to do my Starlink is on it as well. And essentially they're going to be the essential power. So when the power does go out, say the grid goes down, the system is automatically going to take over with my Anker batteries and the solar, and they're going to power just a minimal, it's like a skeleton crew for your house that's going to stay powered. And the idea is that it can then power it for much longer, because if you try and power bigger appliances like your split system aircon and your induction cooker, then you're going to burn through that really fast. So the idea is to keep the power on as long as possible, just like with the cyclone. We want to keep it going, especially if there's going to be a few days without sun, but the solar is going to keep topping that back up. Pretty bloody cool. Don't look at the dishes in the sink. I have voluntarily been relegated to coffees, because if you watch my stuff, normally I'm the guy doing all the work, so it kind of feels weird to just be documenting them. But in Australia, legally, you aren't allowed to install your own solar or the Anker system. You need a licensed electrician. And honestly, I'm just so stoked that this is all happening. The sun is now out and I can make the boys a coffee. Long black with honey.
Oh, thanks, mate.
Coffee with honey.
Oh,
the first time.
Thank you.
Well, you deserve the pig of happiness there, mate.
The pig of happiness.
Enjoy.
Thank you.
Here you go, sir. No. Now, I have to say,
well, it's a party. Thank you.
I ran out of beans halfway through, so I had to do a single shot, and it may not be the best.
Brother, that looks like heaven in a cup, man. Thank you very much.
Enjoy.
Cheers.
I can't stop staring at it. Thing of beauty. So Lee, you were saying you've installed like 10 of these systems now? On a scale of 1 to 10, 10 being really hard, how hard are the Ankers to install?
Oh, they're pretty easy, pretty straightforward. I'd say give them a 2 or a 3. The worst part is they're heavy, but in comparison to other batteries, they're very manageable.
Well, because a lot of other batteries come as like a whole unit together, right? So that's way harder to mount.
Yeah, so your most common ones, like your Teslas and your Franklins, they can be up to 180 kilos for the Franklins, which are
180 kilos?
For a 5-person lift out of the back of the car.
Holy shit.
So these are great. You know, one person can carry these, and you can get them into places where you can't normally get a 180 kilo battery.
Saying you're on board with the Anker train.
On board, yeah. They look great, so.
Nice. Yeah, they do look unreal.
Is that good?
Nice to see a boss looking after his employees.
We've got supplies for days.
Love that. Well, while Chris is very much going above and beyond here, and I can't stop staring at these panels, I did want to say, if you already have a solar system, the Anker Solix X1 actually works seamlessly with your system you currently have in place. So you can install it, you don't have to install specific solar for it, which is such a bonus, because now that I have all this solar and the battery combination, it means that I am going to be saving money, because not only am I not going to be paying the electricity bills, the other thing is that with the Anker app, it means I can store the electricity and then choose to sell it at peak times, meaning I make more money by selling my excess back to the grid. So it's kind of a double whammy. And whilst I do have Chris up here, and we've just walked into the shade, so it's a perfect time to talk about it. Each of these panels has an energy optimizer under it. What's that mean?
Yeah, that's right. So traditionally, these panels would operate in a string. To keep it simple, think about some old Christmas lights. If one of them went out, they'd all go out. So what an optimizer does is it allows for shade to hit a specific panel and not have the rest of them drop in production down to that lowest common denominator, so to speak. So one panel's in shade, no big deal.
And obviously that's so important somewhere like here where we're getting shade on half at the moment from the trees. It's getting later in the afternoon. Like you pointed out, this palm tree kind of shading a bit in the morning. Otherwise we'd be losing efficiency from the whole group, right?
Yeah, we designed the system specifically for your property with that in mind.
And how good is the view from up here?
I think I'll stay up here for a while longer.
Yeah. Nice. That looks so clean.
So yeah, this is the DC side from your solar panels, and that's your AC output plus your backup supply output. That'll go back to your backup supply circuits.
Shit, yeah, it looks sick.
About 10 kilowatts in there, so you'll probably power all through tonight.
Yeah, my first night of not needing the grid.
Yeah.
I won't sleep.
You'll be
I
able to
won't
watch.
sleep. I'll be on there going, yep, still not using any of their power.
Yeah.
It's been great.
Yeah, man.
Been amazing. Thank
Yeah.
you so much.
We'll keep in
100%.
contact, keep checking in and
Yeah.
make sure it's all going well.
For sure, yeah. And yeah, I've said it 100 times, but couldn't be more grateful, and drive safe on the roads.
Fantastic, we'll do it. Look forward to seeing a zero bill soon.
Yeah, for sure.
That's the goal.
See you guys. Drive safe. What a bunch of absolute beauty humans. I can see why Resync Solar is the highest rated solar company in Australia. I talked before about how they give back to charities and also back to the community. They have actually set up a MXC&x landing page on their website. I'll link it below. And if you order solar, or they are also an Anker Solix X1 retailer, if you order that through them, they are going to give you guys $500 off. But on top of that, they are going to donate $500 to a charity of my choosing. I can give you a hot tip. It's going to be towards an animal shelter. All the details will be on that landing page, so check it out. And yeah, I'm just still pinching myself. And now they've gone, I can stop playing it cool. Have a look at this thing. Oh, it actually looks better in real life. This heads-up display with the white light, the fact that it comes on when you come near it, conserves power when you're not, and the white light means that it's functioning normal and it can still feed back into the grid. Tomorrow when I try out off-grid mode, it'll be a blue light, and if there's a problem with the system, which hopefully we don't see, it'll be a red light. I never thought a battery system is something that I would want to mount pride of place on my wall next to my surfboards on the deck here, but this thing, I'm obsessed. Honestly, it is so sick, and for some reason they were very keen on me showing how thick it is compared to an iPhone. It is bloody thin, and you may be looking at all this thinking, oh well, that's all well and good for you mounting it outside. You're in Australia that actually has a nice climate. I don't live somewhere where there's snow and I have to shovel driveways and all that kind of stuff. But this system can actually be mounted outside anywhere between -20 degrees and +50 degrees Celsius. I would say if you live outside those ranges, you should consider moving. Sorry, I think I'm getting a little delirious here. The Anker Solix X1 is definitely where the future's at, and I'm here for it. Tonight, I'm going to download the app. I think I'll probably barely sleep because I'm going to be checking my power consumption the whole time. But somehow, without lifting a tool, I'm kind of buggered. So I'll see you all in the morning. I still can't believe this has happened. Good morning. Well, we are officially, for the first day, fully running off batteries at this place. The world could be in turmoil down the road and the power off everywhere, and you wouldn't even know it here. The lowest they dipped overnight, they got down to 15%, but we did use the oven, air fryer, dehumidifiers. I think Grace turned on the bathroom floor heater all overnight, and it handled all of that perfectly. I am wearing an appropriate shirt for today, and I'm going to be kind of monitoring what happens with the energy usage today, how much solar pumps on it. Here, I did have to wait till about 9 before the sun hits the panels because it's got to get over the mountain. As I said, we're getting closer to winter, and with that, the sun is getting up later, and its angle also means that it gets here a little later. But this morning, whilst I was waiting for that full sun to hit, I got my head around the app, and honestly, I figured it out in about 5 minutes. It's super intuitive. I'm going to share the home screen for it here because what it shows you up top left is how much you're pulling in from the solar. Bottom left, you're looking at how much home energy usage you're currently using. Bottom right, you're looking at your battery percentage, and then the top right is your grid connection. As you'll see there, I've got it off grid. I changed it to that because I didn't want any power coming in from the grid at all today, as hopefully it won't in the future, but also just to show you that all this energy we're using is purely from the solar panels going into the batteries, and then the batteries using the 6,000 watt inverter to power everything. So let's put it to the test and we'll see what it does with this home usage, how much it changes those numbers. And also my working dishwasher, some people question that, and all of those are powered without missing a beat. I want to just clarify something. Yesterday I said about that when there's a power outage, the house runs on a skeleton crew. That is only when the power goes out. When the grid is still an option and still connected, then day to day, the batteries will run everything in your house. The idea is during the day, hopefully the sun is charging them up through the solar. And what I'm learning is that's also the really good time to run the big ticket appliances like your dishwasher, your washer, your dryer. Have all those going when the sun is beating down into those panels. And then at night, the batteries are what allows you to keep using that free electricity overnight, as well as potentially putting some back in the grid. So you are saving money. Pretty bloody cool. And whilst all those appliances are running, let's head out and see what the battery is saying, whether it's still going up in power or whether that's now pushing it down. So it's gone up. It's gone up to 39%. It is smashing it. And on top of that, one feature that the guys were telling me about of the Anker Solix X1 that really does feel like the future is that it has an inbuilt system that senses storm warnings for your area. And if there is one coming, like the cyclone, what it does is it pushes power into the battery from the grid connection so that the battery's then at 100%. So if your power goes out, your batteries are full and ready to roll. I wish I had that a couple of months ago, but already now I'm feeling so much more prepared for the next time. Okay, I think we can now tackle some jobs outside. Now this one as well is going to be all charged from the battery and from the solar. See how it goes. We're getting 11.2 kilowatts from the solar, and the home is drawing 1.4 kilowatts. That's including the mower right now. All right, so the system's got the mower up to 100%. And if we check over here, we're also 100%. We've got 20 kilowatts still coming in. It's 1:45 in the afternoon. So we've got a couple more hours of sun providing power for the battery. And then after that, it's all on the battery. And meanwhile, in the background, Wally's just working away. Now, I mentioned at the start of this video that I wanted to start milling my own timber, and it's going to start with a couple of trees that actually fell during that cyclone. I'm hoping today is going to be the day that the mower can get down there. The only problem is this. So as you can see, the path to them is completely overgrown. Now, the mower on this hill can be a danger of sliding at the best of times, so fingers crossed. Got supervisor number 2 here with me. Let's do it, Leah.
How do you feel about sleeping?
Oh, we're sliding.
Flying away. Over in MXC to the ferry all night. To build ourselves a place to stay. We can act like lovers on a king-size state. And we can wake up to kisses underneath the covers.
With that long grass, it really ate up the battery. Still on 100%. Let's see how it handles charging this back up to full again. And now I've got the next electric big ticket item to go. Now this, no doubt, is going to be a test for the electric chainsaw, which is all I got right now.
Roll me away. Rock me, baby. Roll me away.
Wow, I have to say, very impressed. Now I'm wanting to keep these lengths as long as possible while still hopefully being able to move them, because I don't know what I'm going to use them for yet, but if it's floorboards or decking or posts, I want a long length. I just realised there's the slight chance this might roll down and snap my tripod, so let's go uphill. Oh boy, this could be interesting. I think she wants to roll. And seeing as we want to go that way anyway, I'm going to let it. Oh. The chainsaw's jammed in, but it's like the whole thing's ready to roll.
Nice.
Alright, she's about to roll. We demand satisfaction.
This isn't fun. Give us a roll.
Well, we managed to move it all of about, what, 2 meters? And we've decided this tree's probably best to be milled in place after all that. It has given me access to be able to mow this section because that was becoming quite kind of overgrown there, but otherwise I'm going to be looking for a portable mill. So if you've got any suggestions on the way to go with that, let me know, because it is a skill that I'm kind of keen to learn and add to the repertoire. And yeah, now I'm kind of a little cooked after trying to move that. Good effort anyway, mate.
Yeah, we moved it.
Still at 100%. Well, as it starts to get dark here, the sun is definitely off the solar, and I'm just taking a moment of appreciation. The battery levels are definitely going to be starting to go down, so I'll be monitoring those and keeping you posted with how well they function ongoingly, because this will be the biggest game changer for this property and it being self-reliant. But whilst I'm up here amongst the solar, I'm also just taking a moment to just appreciate where I live and everything that's going on. I want you guys to know that I never take any of this for granted. I never expected kind of any of this to happen, and I still pinch myself every day. I'm so grateful for where I live. I'm so grateful for who I live on this property with. And I know a lot of you mentioned the kookaburra in the last video was Occy coming back to say hi, and I couldn't agree more. That was the biggest kookaburra I've ever seen, and I was so stoked to see him. A huge thank you to Anker for coming and saving the day. I am going to put a link to the Anker Solix X1 at the top of the video description below. And just a little side note, if you are in Australia, the Labor government have just announced a 30% discount on home batteries if they get re-elected. So you'll know by the time you watch this, if they're in, they're going to be 30% off on top of that. I also want to say a huge thank you to the Racing Solar team. I could not have been more impressed with them. I am going to be seeing you all in the next one, and hot tip, it ain't going to be at the property. I have a special surprise for you all, and I cannot wait for that one. Until then, be kind to yourself, be kind to one another. Bye guys, and cheers.